Hey everybody, Tio from Art Geek Teaching. Today we're going to look at a video of a encaustic painting that I did starting with a tissue paper print from a digital file. Coming up. Okay, what we're going to do here, you can see that I have my cradled panel already masked. I just have some blue painter's tape wrapped around the edges. And so what I'm going to do to start this piece is just give it 2 quick coats of encaustic medium. It's just plain encaustic medium, and I will go both ways. I'll go horizontal, and then I'll turn the cradle panel around and go horizontal again, so that I kind of have a crosshatch of encaustic medium on there. I just wanted to have it warmed up, so we're fusing it here, getting it nice and smooth. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my tissue paper print on there. It's a print of a digital painting, and so once this is warmed up, I'll just go ahead and put my print onto the medium. I'm just going to go ahead and flatten it out as much as I can, see if I can get most of the bubbles out. That wax is really warm right now. It's not liquid, but it's pretty warm. And so I can still work out any kind of wrinkles or bubbles that I have in there. I'm not going to be too precious about it. I don't really care too much, especially about wrinkles there. I'd rather not have any bubbles because that could kind of cause some delamination later on. But I'm just going to go ahead and get as much of the wrinkles out as I can, and then not worry about the rest of them. So just working from kind of the center out, and kind of pasting it down with my fingers, you can see, into the wax. Alright, once I get that down and the bubbles out of it, then I'm going to go ahead and put a thin coat of encaustic medium over the top of that, and that will ensure that the tissue paper print is in between layers of wax. So I'll go ahead and put encaustic medium on it again, making sure that I get as many of the bubbles out as are necessary, and then I'll just go ahead and fuse that thing again and move on to the next steps. Okay, the next step here is we're going to just add a little color. And first I'm going to just use some pan pastels. You could put these on with your finger like I'm doing. It sometimes is easier if you don't use a glove. I kind of like the oils from my fingers mixing in with there, but I was trying to keep another print clean, and so I put gloves on. But you could do it either way, with your fingers ungloved, or you can use gloves if you want. Here I'm actually using like a little makeup applicator, and those work really nicely as well. You can get a really nice soft addition of color using those. But I'm just going to add some various colors on here, and then we'll move on with some mark making in a second. After we fuse the color that we just put in, then we'll move on to some mark making. I don't know if it's necessarily that you have to fuse it here. I just like to fuse and make that color more a part of the wax rather than sitting it on top of the wax. And so here, just taking a few various tools and creating some marks to give it a little bit more depth and be able to put some color into those marks later on down the road. Alright, so we added a little bit more color here. We're using some oil pastels and kind of blending that in with a brush. And then we're going to move on over to using some dyes. And these are Alumilite dyes as opposed to alcohol dyes, because Alumilite dyes are quite a bit more UV resistant. They'll last substantially longer. Most of the alcohol dyes really are, I mean, even within days, a lot of times they can fade. And so I'm just wanting to use something here that's going to be a little bit more UV stable. And again, I put them on, wipe some of them in with my fingers. You can, I mean, there's a variety of ways that you can do this, but just adding the dyes there, and then I'm going to go ahead and fuse them in again so that they are a part of the wax. Okay, I'm going to use my heat gun here to heat up this wax and just kind of move some of the color around, more for a design element than anything. And I find that if I want to do that, my heat gun will give me a little bit more control than my torch will. I guess I could use a little torch, but anyway, just put the flat attachment on the heat gun, and I'm gonna heat up some of that color and move it around, just again for a design element to break it up a little bit. So while that wax is warm, we'll go ahead and add a little bit more texture with various tools. Again, nothing more than just adding some texture for design and to break things up a little bit. The last thing I'm going to do here is just put my signature on, and I have a little tiny piece of tissue paper that I just scrolled my name, my signature on with a paint pen, and I heated the wax just a little bit, put the tissue down, and then put one coat of encaustic medium over the top of it, fused that in, and then that was it for the signature. I'm just going to scrape a little bit, and you'll see here coming up that I scraped too deep, and I took off a chunk, yeah, right there, I took off a chunk of the black, and so I end up fixing that. I just got an oil, my oil markers are actually oil pastels, and put a little bit in there, spread it around. You can move it around with a paintbrush, get a little bit of medium on top of it, and you're good to go. Then finally, the last step for me is I went and got some mica powders. I wanted to add just a little bit of bling to this thing, and so I'm putting on some mica powders with my finger, and in just a few different places. And when that's turned in the light, those really shine. And so that's really the last part of it. Take a paper towel, clean them up a little bit so they're not sitting on the surface quite so much. And I could fuse those in. I don't think this time, but a lot of times I would go ahead and fuse those in, and that would be all that was left. So anyway, that is it. Thank you very much. Have a great day.